Pacquiao. But Floyd conducted himself like a professional that night. People, it's just so easy to hate Floyd and just say, Floyd. Floyd literally got, Billy Goat headbutted. He like a Billy Goat. He hit him in the face with his head. Ortiz is making $2.5 million that night. Floyd's probably going to make 40. Right? And Floyd is also set up that if he wins this fight, he could possibly do this mega fight, which could be the biggest fight in boxing history with Manny Pacquiao. And you have this guy headbutting you in the face like that. Joe Cortez's job is to be in there and control that fight and make sure stuff like that doesn't happen. Okay? Now, from the minute the bell rang, from the first round till the minute that fight ended, Joe Cortez absolutely 100% destroyed that fight and ruined that fight. A multi-million-dollar fight. When that stuff goes down like that, first of all, when the headbutt happened, he's supposed to jump right in the middle of those two, break it up, send the guy to a neutral corner. Then he brings the doctors in. The doctors check Floyd out, make sure he's okay to continue. And let's say he is okay to continue. The fact that this guy has done as many fights as he has and doesn't know that you take 2 points away for an intentional foul. Right? He should stand in the middle of the ring while both guys are in opposite corners, and he says, we're taking 2 points. 2 points. He tells all the judges we're taking 2 points. Then he walks over to the neutral corner to talk to Ortiz, and he says, I just took 2 points from you for an intentional headbutt. If you do it again, you're disqualified. Do you understand what I'm saying? I said, I'm sorry, I understand. So he goes back to the center of the ring, and he tells both fighters, ready? Let's start the fight again. He didn't do any of that. And on top of that, what I forgot to say is, after he headbutts Floyd in the face, he let Ortiz walk back up to Floyd and start grabbing him and hugging him and kissing him. Like Floyd's supposed to trust some guy who just headbutted him in the face like a Billy Goat? You know what I mean? Then he says, fights on, 2 or 3 times. As low as you could possibly. Nobody knows. And Ortiz tries to hug him again, and Floyd knocked him out. It's easy to hate Floyd, but Floyd didn't do anything wrong in that fight. Then after the fight, Merchant gets him in there. This babbling, senile, insane idiot. This guy has been around for way too long. He gets on there again and just embarrasses HBO. This guy goes in there, these fighters fight, and he goes in there and just starts ripping them apart. Every time this guy does an interview, if he's not babbling some incoherent babble that means nothing and had nothing to do with the fight, he's in there talking about the guys. Now, Floyd just got headbutted in the face. How about you go in and talk to Floyd about the headbutt? Was he headbutting? He just starts attacking Floyd. And then he turns around and says, if I was 50 years younger, I'd kick your ass. Hey, Larry. If you were 70 years younger, you're not kicking Floyd's ass, okay? You babbling, senile moron. Please, HBO, I'm a boxing fan. Put Max Kellerman in there and let Max Kellerman do the interviews. Somebody who can actually lay out a coherent sentence and make sense and knows about the sport of boxing and doesn't just go in there and try to smash these guys who just got done fighting.
What would you do if Rogan threatened a fighter like that? If someone got in Rogan's face and then he came back and made it personal?
Rogan would never do that. Rogan's not a incoherent, babbling, senile moron. He would never do something like that. And Rogan always goes in there and shows respect to the fighters and tells them what they did good. Listen, there's nothing wrong with pointing out something bad. After you talk to Floyd and you say to Floyd, he was headbutting you all night. He was absolutely a flagrant, intentional headbutt he hit you with at the end. Everything else, what's your side of the story on the shot that you hit him with? You hit him, many people in here are booing and think that you hit him. And let Floyd tell his story. Now, if he has an opinion and he thinks that it was dirty, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, listen, I think it was dirty. You can give your opinion, but to jump right in and just start attacking him, it's unprofessional, it's stupid. When you're a fan of fighters, the last thing you want to do is tune into a show and this guy's, there are people that like Floyd Mayweather and there are people that hate him. But you don't go in there and just start attacking the guy. It's just ridiculous and it's unprofessional. And to say you're going to kick his ass if you were 50 years younger, dude, you're 107 years old. You got no business being on television anymore. You had your day. Move on, retire, and let Max Kellerman get in there, a guy who actually knows about boxing and can say some intelligent, coherent